Alright, and it's time for a Maokai game, and if the title is of any indicator, I have a special Ezreal. It's gonna be one of those games in which it's just painful to watch. It's like a train wreck. You know, it's like you can't avert your eyes, but you just want to see the carnage that unfolds. So, Magic Pen Red, Armor Yellow, Magic Resistance Blues, Ability Power Quints, 921 0 Masteries. As you can see by the length of this game, it's gonna be quite the adventure. Anyhow, I start off with Gromp, I start off with Blue, and then I head my way towards top lane. You can see this. My bottom laners are going to kill two of theirs, and my Darius is actually going to kill the Riven before I even get there. Then the Anivia, yes, exactly, that's what I just said. Support Anivia gets a kill on the Thresh. I have a support Anivia, because this team composition can be crazy all at once. And that's kind of it. After that, we just kind of don't get kills. I mean, they're going to get another kill somewhere down the line, but right now my Annie gets gibbed by the Cho'Gath, my Darius gets ganked by the enemy Evelynn, and my teammates, as you can see, I kind of started thinking, it's going to be one of those games where my team throws away their lives and gets kills, and their team throws away lives and gets kills. I wait by the bush because I know the Riven's just going to face check this or just going to go aggro on the Darius, so it's going to be a really easy kill. She dies with very little resistance. I have to flash to avoid giving her a kill, so it's a worthwhile trade-off for them. Now, the title is Melee Ezreal, and you're going to see this quite often throughout the whole game. This is why I really think this whole mastery system that Riot created is completely stupid. Because you can't get it you don't get it because you're good or anything. You get it because you spend time. It's faster if you keep getting good grades for sure, but you don't really need to be good in order to get the mastery system. So it's more of a marketing thing. Like, hey, look, you seem like a good master. You're gonna want to buy all the skins now in order to show off that goddamn talent. I'm pretty sure this Ezreal has got that shit macro to a lot of his abilities because that damn sign appears anywhere. Now watch this. Annie goes down bottom to gank them. They already know she's coming. That's why they backed off. Then she tries to go home to the fountain, standing in the tri-bush. The Thresh knew she was there. That's why he was standing there to interrupt her. And then they catch her. And they murder her. Look where I am. I'm barely showing up. The Anivia goes to the dragon for some reason and ends up dying too. They pop her egg and then they murder her too. Scrambled egg Anivia. And then for some reason, because I criticized the Annie, why did she go down there? They knew you were there and killed you. The Anivia got so offensive and said, Maokai, you're useless. All you're doing is farming. Why didn't you go to the dragon? I'm like, I was just dead. I was walking, and he told me to shut the fuck up. So I'm assuming they're a dual Q and they hate each other. You just saw Ezreal miss his ultimate. You saw him spam that shit for some reason while doing his abilities. I don't know how that mastery shit works, but it's annoying as hell. So we still go down bottom, and he managed to finish off the Vayne. We got the tower. I go up mid, but it still doesn't matter. The enemy team is caught up quite handsomely. It's one of the, again, grim situations. My team just keeps trading kills, just keeps taking unnecessary damage. In this case, though, here me and Anivia catch the Thresh, we kill him, and unfortunately it costs Anivia her life. I flash over the wall to survive, and nothing much comes out of that. Now we hear the Darius teleported in and massacred the Vayne and did a lot of damage to the Riven. We killed the Cho'Gath by pure CC, locking him, and goodness to gracious, the Ezreal actually dodged something. So yeah, it's a turnover for our team, but still, we're not really doing the best job of controlling the map, and my teammates are not really focusing on objectives. Like right now, the Annie, you saw her, just gets absolutely obliterated. My bottom lane teammates go aggro, they get a kill, but they're not really looking for pushing. Like, if you see, like, just take a notice of the Ezreal. He's going to constantly be using his E to do shit. Anyways, Riven top lane kills Darius. I failed to protect him. It was my fault, and then I tried getting really greedy with her and trying to fight her, but I missed my E, and honestly, I think that E damage might have been enough to actually kill her. You see, she kind of survives with a little bit of sliver of health. I missed 2 E's, in fact, and that could have been enough to do her in. So I died pointlessly. She gets picked off. They get a second dragon. It's not going well for us. It's not going well for us. Watch this. Now, this is just going to be pain and cancer. This is what I mean by Melee Ezreal. We know Evelyn's there. You save my W just to grab her. I go forward and look. Evelyn pops out. I use my W to trap her. But the fucking Ezreal used his flash and his E to try to attack the Thresh. He got killed. The Evelyn was already next to him, and he goes deeper into the enemy team, burning all his escapes to try to kill her. He died. He died a really bad, embarrassing death. We could have killed the Evelyn and called it a day, but no, he instead got all of us killed. And just make a countdown, eh? There's time for a countdown. That's number one. That's number one. This is why these games like this just drag on forever. Remember, he's a master Ezreal, apparently. So it's the first time. You just keep track of it. Just keep track of it. It meant to track. Anyways, even though that happened, we still kind of seemingly win quite a few fights. Unfortunately, here Annie once again doesn't pay attention to the multitude of wards we have in their jungle and just dies. As soon as I show up mid, a fight will actually break out. Watch this. They're doing damage to the Evelyn. They're dealing some damage if they can. The Vayne is out of position, but my team is not there to respond too well. It's kind of a desperate maneuver. I get her. We go on top of them. This is a chance to just get Thresh and walk out. Me dying, of course. Darius manages to survive. He actually ends up pulling the Vayne and killing her. But then the Ezreal decides to go into a melee range to the Cho'Gath for whatever reason and blink even further in for some God knows reason why, trying to get the Evelyn. And he ends up dying. So the Cho'Gath is getting humongous. Like, he's going to be the biggest problem, and if we can't really control him, he's going to annihilate us. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm also building Spirit Visage and colon reduction alongside it, trying to survive the Cho'Gath wave and making my abilities spammable. I go from behind him. The Thresh decides to chase me. In fact, they all try to chase me. I find this kind of silly because even if they catch me, I'd have a long time to survive. They jump on me. I go on the Vayne immediately, and she gets trapped and she gets killed. It's like, what the shit is up with all these greedy AD carries? But once again, the Ezreal blinks and flashes for basically no gain. He could have just blinked away from the Riven instead of over the wall and still contributed to the fight. Yeah, he picks up a kill of the Thresh and the Evelyn, but that's because they got a little too cocky. The fight could have been a lot cleaner. Actually, no, he doesn't pick up the Evelyn. The Cho'Gath ends up killing him again. So that's the second one. That counts for second one, okay? In fact, it should count for 3 because the first one blinking over the wall wasn't that good, and the other one was blinking towards the Cho'Gath. Now, if you can hear the sound in the background, those are lawnmowers and chainsaws. The workers in my apartment complex are doing some garden work. And it's kind of coincidental and hilarious that that's happening in a game of Maokai in which it's causing me cancer just reliving it by watching it. Watch this. We can't kill the Vayne. We can't kill the Vayne or the Evelyn is going to show up, and we can't kill the Cho'Gath. We do quite a bit of damage though. So there's a gains in that. Cho'Gath is being kept at a distance by the Ezreal, and I've hoped me telling him play safely has finally caught on. And as you can see, he's kind of spamming the mastery crap again. I leave. But for some reason, the Ezreal goes forward to the Cho'Gath and loses all advantage that his, being ranged would give you, and dies. He didn't use his blink poorly right there, but I think it still counts because he went into melee range for no fucking reason. So that's the 4th time the Ezreal has done this. And Nivea walls me at the wolves for no apparent reason. And if she had kept her damn wall, we would have been able to trap the Cho'Gath. Darius was just right there. We could have probably killed the Cho'Gath. Oh my, is this just... My teammates are purposely being dicks to me. We kill the Thresh, and he catches the Vayne and kills her too. So this is just kind of a free kills. The enemy team gains nothing from us having done that. Darius gives chase to the Riven, and nothing happens. I go down bottom to join my friends, or not my friends, but my enemies, but we're trying to win together. A teleport occurs. So Darius gets stopped. The enemy team can't prevent our push, so we're going to get this tower with basically no effort on our stead. However, here's where my teammates pretty much just kind of split up. I was trying to get to lead them to the red. We could have probably fought, but instead they sent 2 people up to the to top tower to stop the Riven, even though the Darius alone could have been enough to stop it. The enemy team engages on me. I actually use Evelyn to aid my escape, diving towards her with a W. I escape. Nothing really comes from it, but watch once again just how this fight unfolds. Fight unfolds. I stick around just to sort of protect the Ezreal. He uses E to go forward and then flashes backward, but it doesn't matter because the Cho'Gath's already sort of caught him. And then, again, he gets within melee range of the Cho'Gath. Watch it. It's like he could have just kept firing him from a distance, but he uses his E to get close to the Cho'Gath and he dies again. That's a 5th goddamn time by this Ezreal. There was absolutely no reason to have done that, but he did so and he died. It's like, why? You have the advantage of range. You should possibly consider using it. So yes, that's the 5th time the Ezreal has died because he decided to hug Cho'Gath. Now as a result of this, the enemy team is going for Baron, but fortunately the Annie's been able to hide away in the fog of war while I distract him, sort of. So she just waltzes in and torches the enemy team. Evelyn dies, so that's their jungle smite gone. We catch them, we're squeezed in, and the Ezreal gets to do a bunch of damage. If I wasn't here, I'm pretty sure he would have walked in melee range towards all of them and died. Fortunately, only Annie gets killed, and we wipe out the enemy team. They get Baron, but it doesn't matter. We succeed. It's a good enough trade. We also get a tower out of this. Actually, we get 2. The Evelyn gets too close for some reason. Watch her. She gets close. She gets pulled. She gets absolutely CC dunked and murdered. So that too was kind of pointless of her. What's up with people just not realizing that you're going to get killed if you get too close to dangerous people? So yes, I got Randall and Zoe in here just for the peeling power. Like, this Ezreal's too stupid to keep himself safe, so I figured I'm going to have to do everything possible to peel for him. And I know some people get upset when I call other players in the game stupid or something, but my god, you know, my golden rule is the first time you do something, it's a mistake. The second time, it's habit. By the third time, this is something wrong with you where you just don't pay attention to what's getting you killed. It's like, if the Ezreal died one time by using his E offensively, I would have forgiven that. But the second time, or the third time, it just tells you what kind of player they are. They're very reckless. They go for the kills. Yeah, he's got a lot of kills, but he's making the situation harder for us than it has to be. Like, every time he dies in a fight or something, watch this, I have to rewind it actually just to show you. Every time you die in a fight, even though you get a kill or something, you lose the advantage. Ezreal goes to fight the Cho'Gath. He gets within melee range. Again, he blinks towards a wall, gets caught by the Evelyn and the Cho'Gath, and he dies for free. It's like he has a range advantage, but he doesn't use it. And remember, he's a master Ezreal too. Like, that's why I feel this mastery system is just a mockery. You're not a master of a champion. You just played the champion a lot. But again, it's pure marketing by Riot, so you can't really blame them. It's just painful for the rest of us to see a guy spam this shit all the time and die. So we go down bottom. Surprisingly, the Ezreal doesn't follow us because, you know, this is where he'd want to get kills. We ping him, and then he follows us, but the fight is pretty much already over. The Darius has already won it. But unfortunately, the Darius is going to actually die because of this. Like, the Darius dies because of this. If the Ezreal had shown up a lot sooner, he might have lived. Now watch this next time. Like, I mean, how many counters is it for the Ezreal already? 7. So Evelyn gets close. I use my I just use Q. Snap her neck right now. Boom, right there. Trap her with W, and she gets killed. Hooray for us! Riven comes, and instead of blinking over the wall, he just blinks above. You're still trapped, motherfucker. You're dead. I don't even know what I was thinking of following him there to help him. So that's 8 times the Ezreal dies of using his blink in the most dumb ways. So, my god, this game probably should have been over a lot sooner, but we just keep making it worse. Watch this. The Ezreal is again in melee range, having used his E to get in range to accomplish nothing. So, yeah, we lose this fight quite badly. Like, we get a few kills here and there. I believe we get 2 kills out of this. And then we get, actually no, right now the Annie gets another kill on the Vayne, and then she gets murdered by the Cho'Gath. So it's actually quite a brutal fight upon realizing that. But still, it's one of the, if the Ezreal hadn't died so pointlessly, we might have just wiped them out. Our team fighting is a lot stronger. We have a lot of CC. We have a strong front line. We have the peeling of me and the damage of the Darius alongside the fact that he's tanky. So we shouldn't be losing these fights, but we are, because the Ezreal has 9 times so far used his blink just to die. In fact, this next time, it could be counted as well. At this point, I actually yelled at the Ezreal, "Stop fucking doing this, you fucking dumbass." I actually got aggravated because he's just doing it over and over. The enemy team goes for Baron, but they don't seem fully committed to it. They're really just scattered. The Ezreal, I don't know what he's trying to do. Like, join the fight already. They're not doing Baron. Help us. Stop shooting at the Baron from behind the wall. He's literally just shooting the Baron. He finally decides to join us by missing his ultimate completely and just watching a few of us die. Well, the Annie, really. And it doesn't matter. We end up winning this because there's just they had no focus, and and the only ones they kind of deal damage to were the tanks. So they just promptly get absolutely wiped out. But that fight was messy as well. It was stupid as well. Like if he had joined it a lot sooner, it would have been a lot cleaner. But my God, this is a painful game. This is a very painful game, and it's causing me cancer. I would say Ezreal's mistake at the end there was number 10. So let's just assume 10 times he screwed up in some way with his with taking advantage of the fact that he's a ranged character. Fortunately for us, it's a very good fight for us because the Cho'Gath is divided. He's too afraid of getting through, and we just kind of hand blast our only damage dealers. So they get absolutely wiped out. The Cho'Gath gets kited around. The Ezreal goes in melee range again, and if the Cho'Gath was ready, he could have destroyed him. The Ezreal manages to tag the Vayne, so she's slowed down and we get a killer too. And with that, the inhibitor falls, and soon enough, the Nexus. I know, I apologize for some of you that hate when I call other players stupid, but my God, this game was painful, and you can't blame me for doing that. Sweet Lord, thank God it's over. Remember to like the video to support the channel, and to subscribe if you haven't yet. I have a few sponsors that are helping me maintain this channel, such as Loot Crate and Pro Build Systems. I have links to their websites on the description below. Use my code for a discount, and using my links also directly supports my channel.